Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om.
Hey everyone, so happy you can join us for the Love Everyone podcast.
With your hosts, Govind Das and Rama Chandra Das.
A conversation of love, devotion, and walking the path of Bhakti Yoga.
Sitaram, welcome everybody to another episode of the Love Everyone podcast. I'm Rama Chandra Das.
Jai Hanuman, I'm Govind Das. It's so wonderful to be back, brother. Great to see you. How are you, my friend?
Well, I'm doing great. It's been ages since we've recorded a podcast. I miss you, man.
Well, I would say I miss you, but I saw you this morning on Zoom in our Hanuman Chalisa son.
I know, but it's different. You know,
it is different.
Like we got such a timed program. We don't get to like goof around as much.
We definitely don't laugh as much in the sun. Though,
we definitely do. So, hey, we could probably laugh more in the sun. If they
I think
people like to hear us laugh. You know, we just laugh our way through the whole.
But if we tell them, hey, if you want to hear us laugh, go to the podcast.
Okay, right? All right, that's good. That's good. Hey, this is podcast number 24.
I just heard this guy. He just said that 10% of podcasts don't go over 20 episodes.
No, you got that wrong. No, you totally got that wrong. No, 90%.
Oh, that's it. 90% don't go over.
Don't go over. So we are in the top, the top with the 90th percentile. They call that. We are on episode 24. Less than 10% of podcasts make it to this number. So hey, congratulations.
Congratulations. Thanks everybody for all your support. And everybody, please subscribe to the Love Everyone podcast. If you like it, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Be a part of this satsang and send it to someone who you think would like to be a part of this satsang as well too.
Yeah, and really appreciate all the messages and stuff that you guys send too. So if it means something to you, comment or send us a message. We love to hear it because it keeps us going. So if you want the Love Everyone podcast to keep going, please let us know. So,
well, I think we're going to keep going. I love it. You love it. So we're just going to keep going.
Oh man. So yeah. So welcome home. You've been on the road for quite a bit. You were in Australia and then had some with Colorado. Did you go to
Colorado? Was it a beautiful retreat in Colorado? And yeah, that was a couple weeks ago, and got home and back to San Diego. It was a beautiful, beautiful returning home, and now just rolling with things, and all good, man.
Well, Hanuman looks very pleased behind you to have you home.
Let me tell you how much I missed sitting in front of Hanumanji. You know, isn't it? We have a special relationship with our own deity.
100%, yeah.
Like we look into that eyes of our own deity, and it's like it's family. It's like oh gosh, I'm just in love with sitting in front of this deity, and that's why I was so happy to start the sadhana again.
No kidding. Just being, I have this experience every time, I sit down in front of my altar here. It's just like a wave of relief comes over me. This is like, there's a common phrase that we're hearing a lot these days, and it's called a safe space.
You are so great with these comments. The modern phrases of like modern day psychology. Yes,
that's right.
Safe space.
Yes,
safe
and being
space
at my altar is like a safe space.
It's a safe space. So
everybody loves me. There's nobody there.
There's no threats.
There's no threats. Everyone likes me. Everybody likes me.
Well, we know Hanumanji likes you. He doesn't just like you. He loves you.
Oh, he loves me unconditionally.
He loves you so much.
Oh, well, that's good. It's very reciprocal.
It is. Do you think Hanuman loves his devotees more than he loves anybody else?
Yeah, this is a really good question,
Like
Go.
God shines his light on everyone equally,
Right.
but do you think God loves his devotees a little bit more?
Well, you know what? Here's what I think it is there's more, there's just more going on between the devotee and God. It's like think about it like this. Like sure, the God, we could say like you just said, shines their love upon everybody equally, like the sun, right? But there's some people who are really able to like go outside and receive the sun and worship the sun and do their Surya Namaskars and say thank you for shining on me today. And then there's other people who are just so caught up in their own crap that they just don't even notice. And I think it's kind of like that, like there's just more connection, going on between the Hanuman and like a devotee than Hanuman and somebody else. I think Hanuman is open to that, shining that same love on everybody, but some people like aren't receiving it. What do you think about that?
I love that. I think that's great. It's like there's more interaction and in that interaction there's the flow of love between the two beings. And I think this is something really interesting about bhakti. And one side of bhakti is that you can relate to God as just the formless.
Mm.
But the other aspect of bhakti is that these forms of the divine, they're like personalities. They're divine beings that you can actually have relationship with.
Mm.
And when these relationships have these sentiments of love and just communication between each other, there's something very special about that. So I believe that the divine, or say Hanuman, loves his devotees a little bit more because the devotee is coming to divinity with that love.
Yeah, because it's
So
like
wouldn't they respond? Wouldn't God respond to that?
they absolutely, I mean, absolutely. The Bhagavad Gita just says it over and over and over. Um, how, how that, you know, that pure loving devotion is ultimately what gets us to that door opening quicker. You know, that. Oh man, I think though it's interesting that you bring this up though, because we hear a lot of people when we talk like this, you can hear a lot of people saying like, well, wait a minute, like you said, doesn't God love everybody the same? And it can feel very like exclusive, but it's not that at all. I think that's the catch, is that it's not exclusive at all. We have to think about it like that light of the sun, where whether rich or poor or black or white, or everybody has the same access to that sun, but we're going to all receive it differently. And I think if the sun was a personality and was looking down with a big smile on his face, like Surya Dev from his chariot, if he looked down and he saw someone down there going, "Oh, thank you, Surya. This feels so good. This just
I'm a
feels so."
devotee of the sun. I'm solar powered, man. I lay out in the
Yeah.
sun every day. I love the sun so much. Oh
Oh
my
my
God. It's so
gosh.
funny that you're saying that because I'm feeling, oh, that's me, right?
Yeah, yeah, but if he's also looking down there and seeing somebody who's just completely ignoring him, completely ignoring that, there's that great story that I heard for the first time from Vijay uh, from the Kirtaniyas, and he told us that story about kirtan, and about how like if you're walking down the street, right, and you're on your way to the grocery store, That this is what it's like for the devas when we're singing kirtan. If you're walking down the street going to the grocery store, and I imagine the devas don't have to go to the grocery store, but you never know, celestial, Whole Foods, but they're on their way you're on your way to the grocery store, and you get down to the end of the road, and your grocery store is to the right, but off to the left you hear somebody singing, and you think, oh wow, it's so beautiful. And then you hear there's a bunch of people singing, and there's music as well. And then you notice they're singing your name. Well, what are you going to do? You go into the grocery store? Or are you going to be like, I got to go check this out? There's a whole bunch of people down at the other end of the street singing Govindas, 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 Jaya Govindas, Jaya Govindas. You're going to check it out, And so that's the difference, I think, is that our love is what draws them closer to us. And so therefore it's going to appear, at least, that they're more interested in us than they are in the people who aren't interested in them.
And doesn't that show up? And this goes back to, I think, last episode or the episode before. Does that show up as grace? That's a whole nother can of worms to open up.
It's the same, though.
I think that shows up as God's grace in your life.
Yeah. Because didn't we talk about that? About like grace is always flowing. It's like the sun is always
the winds of grace are always blowing.
And you just have to learn how to put up your sail.
Yeah.
That Ramakrishna.
Yeah. Ramakrishna quote.
Okay. Well,
but I understand, and I think it comes down to, some people will say, well, that sounds, it sounds like favorable, like God's favoring some people.
Right.
But think about it in the world. Some people just have, something like goodness just follows them wherever they go. And maybe that's their openness to loving God. Maybe that's where they.
Hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? You know how people say, like, like in the Bible, maybe it says like the Jews are the chosen people. Right?
Yeah.
See, maybe it's not about the chosen people. Maybe it's about the choosing people. Meaning, like, God doesn't love this particular group of people just because they're the chosen ones. He loves the ones who are choosing him.
Yes, and there's something that came up for me right as you were saying that, is from the Old Testament, that I think connects all this together, is love thy God with all thy mind, all thy heart, and all thy soul. Which is, I think, what we're getting at here is, if you choose to love God with all your mind, heart, and soul, which is bhakti, which is prema, that relationship becomes very close and intimate and dear. Krishna says it, those are most dear to me.
Yeah, those are most dear to me.
But, you ask somebody else that it isn't a bhakta, they would probably not agree with what we're saying. So I think it all depends on the lens.
Yeah, but I like that. I'm going to roll with this. That's not the chosen people; it's the choosing people.
Yeah, the ones
that choose love. Choose love. Choose love. That's that great sticker, right? That they give out at the Neem Karoli Baba ashram in Taos. Says choose love. I love it. Well, I choose love.
I choose love.
How about you?
I choose to love you, bro. I love you.
I choose to love you. I have to choose to love you because
you have to. It's obligatory. You have to.
No, not that. Just it just doesn't come natural.
Well, it's that Neem Karoli Baba quote. You love me, so I love you. So you love me, so it just circulates, right?
That's right. Why?
And it's so true, though.
Yeah.
If someone comes up on the street to you, it's really interesting. This morning I was walking my dog, and just a block or two away, now we're still new to the neighborhood, so I don't know a lot of people here, and there was the most lovely lady that I just, she had a dog, and she was loving on and she was just filled with love.
Mm.
And it made me just feel so much love just being around her.
Yeah.
It's contagious. So, of course, if we come to God with love, it's God is going to come to us with love.
I mean, it's just kind of, it's just that you get what you put out.
Yeah.
There's so many, like, we can talk about it this from the law of abundance or the law of reciprocation, or we could talk about it from even karma, cause and effect.
Yeah.
It's like, so kind of, it makes perfect sense to me. That why if there's somebody going, I hate God, there is no God, like like that's all a bunch of BS. And well, can you really picture God being like, I love you just as much as I love this one?
Or someone wearing all black and Satan and like,
hey, I'm wearing all black. What do you
no,
say?
I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what is that? I forgot. Like, they wear like a certain star, like Satan star or something like this.
The Satan star.
But isn't that kind of like, gosh, what was that story that if you hate God so much, you're always thinking about God, though? Right?
That's right. Well, so many of the demons that Krishna kills, including Kamsa, which is his first big warlord that he took out, was so obsessed with him and hated him so much that when Krishna killed him, he was still liberated because his mind was on Krishna.
Always on Krishna.
The whole time. Yeah, his mind was always on Krishna. So yeah, that's a really fascinating concept as well. And so many of the demons that Krishna killed were liberated, and including, and I just finished reading once again. I finished my second round through the Mahabharata.
You got to read that, bro. Yeah, you keep telling me you got.
It's so good. It's so good. But this is Ramesh Menon version of the Mahabharata. And, it takes me like 6 months to get through it because it's like 2,000 pages or something, but, the battle scene, you think the battle scene in Ramayana is long? The battle scene in the Mahabharata is like, it's like 400 and something pages. It's crazy. But many of the, the bad guys are just like this demon Kamsa that we were just talking about. But the bad guys are all liberated as well because they die in this righteous war as Kshatriyas, and they're doing their dharma. And many of them also are obsessed with hating Krishna, or hating Arjuna. And so that's a really interesting idea. But I still think that, but just like that, like, Krishna still loved Arjuna the most because Arjuna loved him so completely. And all those other ones that were obsessed with hating Krishna, he still liberated them when they died, but he didn't have that same sweetness that he had, for Arjuna.
So everybody, we're Bhakti yogis. We love God, and we've been told in our scriptures, if you love God, you will be most dear to him or her. So that's like pretty clear. Just develop the most sweetest, loving, intimate, devotional relationship with God, and you will always be taken care of.
That's right. And I think you will also, even if you don't, that's the thing, is Krishna does love everybody. Rama does love everybody. We were just talking about this subtle difference of a little extra sweetness for his devotee. But just because he has a little extra sweetness for his devotee does not mean that God will turn his back on anybody, I believe, personally.
Not beyond turning your back, but maybe this is it. When you love God, you are going to be more perceptive to the infinite blessings that are present in your life. So you will see that you are the only reason you're more dear to God is because you will see how blessed your life is, where the person that doesn't have that awareness or perception will not recognize any blessings.
So right. So you go, look at that one. That guy's over there getting showered with blessings because God loves him so much more than but it's because of his perception, which is kind of what I was, getting at
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
Yeah, that because we're like basically we're like opening that door to that love. To and that perception of that. We're actually able to perceive it. I love that. That's well said. Thank you very much,
I think
Dr.
we're
Govind.
ready to dive in, but there's one
Yeah.
thing I wanted to talk about. Are you feeling safe right now in your safe space?
Okay, we have to be really careful here because
I know, but this is why the one thing about the safe space is
yes, I do feel safe.
nobody grows when they're safe.
Yeah, that's the thing too. God.
Like
Oh,
it's
you're
only
right.
when we're challenged. Now, I shouldn't say that. Children grow
When
in a
they're
safe space.
that's right. Yeah.
That's when they grow
And they thrive.
tremendously. Actually, Sudvi was just in this in town, and she said something so beautiful the other day. She talked about some study when children are held, literally held, they grow faster than other kids that aren't held.
Mm.
So yes, being safe when we're children helps us to grow. But as we get older, sometimes when everything is so safe all the time, we play it safe, we don't grow so much.
Yeah. But so it's yeah, this is a bit of a tight wire in terms of like everybody maybe everybody's perception of what a safe space is
Yeah.
also different. Do you know what I mean? But because on some levels, a safe space and I think on its purest and its best level, it means a place where you are free to express yourself. You are free to be yourself. You are free to know that nobody's trying to bring you down, you know. Um, but but it has, unfortunately, sometimes it gets to the point where it's become one of those words that like anytime someone gets uncomfortable, because that's the other thing. Uncomfortable is different
Mm,
than unsafe,
mm,
right?
mm.
Uncomfortable, life is uncomfortable,
Right.
whether you're safe or not. I mean, it's not just only when you're unsafe that you feel uncomfortable. Sometimes you feel uncomfortable even in the most pivotal moments of growth opportunities are going to feel uncomfortable. And if we want to, you know, so I think that's a big distinction that I notice is that unsafe and uncomfortable are two different things. And actually, what Vishwaji always says, and I love this, you have to learn to be comfortable in your uncomfortableness.
Yes.
That's like yoga. That's what doing yoga helps you to do. So that's why we hold a pose for a long time and we're like, oh my God, I'm super uncomfortable, but I'm going to breathe and I'm going to keep my heart rate and my blood pressure in the same place. Well, that's becoming comfortable within that uncomfort. And that's how we grow, I think.
Right. But I guess that what I'm seeing as well too seems there's almost this obsessive desire in our modern day world that we can't that we want everything to be comfortable all the time.
That's it.
And it's only really when our feathers get ruffled that we have the opportunity to, we've said it before, challenges are gifts in disguise.
Well, I think that's an issue too, is that what happens is, it's one thing to want to be comfortable all the time. And if you're not into self development or self realization or yoga or any of that kind of stuff, that's great. Sedate yourself with whatever your favorite, pill or liquid or
Couch.
what couch or television show or whatever, sedate yourself and be comfortable all the time. Great. But what's interesting is when you see people coming into like the spiritual realm and coming into say a class and saying, I want to grow, but
I
I'm
don't want to
feeling
be uncomfortable.
I don't want to be uncomfortable. And honestly, that's part of the contract. You're going to have to be uncomfortable if you want to grow. And so you don't get to do both. And I think that's where it kind of gets funky, is in like the yoga or the spiritual worlds or where everybody's like so concerned with making a safe space that the teachers can't even be challenging anymore.
Right.
And if a teacher's not challenging in a yoga situation, well, then why even have a teacher?
And we think about the gurus,
Oh my
of the
God.
past. They were intentionally making things difficult for people so they would be challenged, so they would grow.
That's right.
It wasn't like fluff, it wasn't like, let's make sure everybody is happy and safe all the time. Although you say that, but Maharaji and Neem Karoli and Siddhi Ma were always seemingly making sure everything was okay on that level of just day to day.
Yeah, but they were still like, they were doing lots of things that send people away that didn't want to be sent away,
Yeah.
telling people to do things they didn't want to do. It was happening all the time, and maybe in today's day and age, that would be like, oh, that made me feel very unsafe. But
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I think our way to sort of conclude this is that we do what we can to keep a container for ourselves and others that gives permission to people really be who they are and what they want to be and how they want to show up, and yet at the same exact time recognize that discomfort is a part of life, and buttons are going to be pushed, and those are seeds for growth to take place.
and part of that too is like, if you push somebody's button, but you know that your intentions were pure, then well, gosh, there's this, how we're getting into some deep waters here.
We're going down rabbit
We're
holes.
going down a deep.
But I feel like there's this thing that we're trying to do is not push anybody's buttons as we're going down.
I know, right? Ah, see,
We don't want to piss anybody off.
well, we don't. But see, I don't want to piss anybody off.
Yeah, I don't.
But
either.
I'm also, trying to not be afraid to piss somebody off. If what I say doesn't, I think ultimately though, the real pure safe space though is that, that we honor people's, where they're at, and then we honor where we're at, and we don't go out of our way to make people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or especially we don't go out of our way to do anything that might make somebody unsafe. And then we also are gentle, where if somebody says to us, hey, you're making me feel unsafe, I think what we don't do either is just blow it off.
What if somebody says you're making me feel uncomfortable?
Well, then we say, well, would you please lie down on the couch and tell me a little bit more.
Dr. Das will have a moment.
And tell me a little bit
A
more.
50-minute session of processing. Are you a processor?
Are you a processor? I'm still processing that question. I'll have to get back to you. Hey, but here's the question. Are you integrating everything that you
Integration is the new processing, if you haven't heard. Now every retreat has to have an integration session.
Oh my God.
We should have an integration session after each morning of sadhana
Oh,
too.
well, how? Yeah, you can't just send people out back into the world after sadhana. But they have to
Bhakti integration sessions. Oh my God.
Bhakti reintegrations.
Reintegration, reunion. You know, I've been really feeling that lately.
What?
We describe yoga as union, but yoga is the grand reunion, right?
Love that. It is. Bhakti Yoga
It's
special.
the grand reunion.
Reunited.
Did you used to have a grocery store where I grew up in Maryland? There was a grocery store called Grand Union.
Grand Union. No, we didn't have that.
You didn't have that.
Hey, come on. You didn't even comment on my peaches and herbs.
Peaches and herb, not herb.
I always thought it was peaches and herbs. I mean, have you ever got stoned and eaten a peach? Oh my God, they go so good together.
You must have been smoking a lot of herb when you were listening to Peaches and Herb.
Peaches and herb.
Did you really think it was Peaches and Herb?
No. You really think that I thought that it was?
I thought you did think that. Peaches and Herb.
Who is Herb? Oh my God, was that Herbie Hancock's?
Peaches and Herb. What a great name for a band back in the 70s, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, what was it? Was it Herb or was it?
It was Herb. Herb.
Like the person's name. Like hey,
Yeah,
Herb.
like a name, not Peaches and Herb, like the herb.
Peaches and herb.
You thought it was Peaches and Herb, didn't
Hey,
you?
let's go get some let's get some peaches.
Let's go to Grand Union and buy some peaches, and then find our pusher and get some herb.
Our pusher. Oh my God, dude.
Was it Peaches and Herb?
How old are you, bro? You pusher.
Was it Peaches and Herb or Peaches and Herb?
No, we got to get to the bottom of this. But hey, you know what? If we got to get onto our line of the day here. We're never
That's
going to.
ChatGPT. Was it Peaches and Herb? Oh, I think. Oh my gosh, that was great.
Good laugh. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody.
And it's 11:11 right now.
Perfect
Jai
time.
Hanuman, Jai Hanuman.
All right, so let's look at our next chopai.
Well, before we do that, some invocation
Oh
mantra.
my gosh, we're halfway through and we haven't even done our email.
It's gonna be a long podcast today.
Buckle up, everybody. Get yourself some peaches and herbs. Settle in.
That would be a great way to enjoy this podcast, though, wouldn't it?
Is that the name of the podcast?
Yeah, it's Peaches and Herb. Oh my gosh. Oh, Hanumanji. Ooh, take a breath. Take a breath. Ah, you know what I love? The clearing breaths. Ah, you know, every yoga teacher in the world now is, all right, take a clearing breath. Ah.
I think they got that from you.
Oh, all right. Let's do it. Shift gears. Bhakti channel. Channel 8. Channel 108.
Channel 108.
Okay, let's start with some opening invocation mantras. We honor our gurus and those great ones that have walked the path before us. As the great Ramana Maharshi said, God, Guru, and Self are one. Akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
Salutations to the Guru who revealed to me the supreme truth, which is unfragmented, infinite, timeless divinity, and which pervades the entire universe.
Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananyana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
Salutations to the Guru who opened my eyes, which had been blinded by the darkness of ignorance, by applying the divine ointment of self-knowledge.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
Guru is the creator, sustainer, and the destroyer. Guru is directly the supreme spirit, both manifest reality and the absolute. My reverential salutations to the glorious Guru who resides in the hearts of all beings as the true self.
Hari Om. Bolo Shri Satgurudev Bhagwan ki.
Jai.
Shri Baba Neem Karoli Santa Maharaj ki.
Jai.
Jai Jai Siya Ram, Jai Jai Hanuman ki.
Jai. All right. Thank you for that.
Take a breath. Very nice, very nice.
Ah.
Ah.
Hey, so we got a great line. We are halfway through the Hanuman Chalisa. So for those of you just tuning in, we like to use a line of the Hanuman Chalisa, which is a 40-verse prayer by a saint named Tulsidas, about 500 years old. He wrote this song. He was not 500 years old. The chant, the verses are 500 years old now. And we're on the 21st verse. So the 21st Chopai, over halfway. And this one translates as, you are the guardian of Ram's door. None enters without your permission. And the Avadi goes like this. Rama duare, tuma rakavare, hota na agya, binu pe sare. So once again, that translates as, you are the guardian of Ram's door. None enters without your permission. So Govindas, what does this line mean?
Oh, wow, it can mean so much. The first thing that just popped into my mind as you read this is this sense of an intermediary. Mm-hmm. That Hanumanji, he takes us to God. He's a friend, he's an ally. He is God, but he's an aspect of God that's showing itself to be a being that takes you to Ram. He takes you to God. And how he takes you to God is through helping you see and ultimately awaken and invoke these qualities within yourself of service, devotion, love. And through awakening these qualities and acting with these qualities in our life, these polish the dust off the mirror, and you begin to realize divinity. You realize the self. You know, Neem Karoli Baba's famous quote, if you polish the mirror of the heart and you will see God. Well, how do we polish the mirror of the heart? You know, there's many ways, but Hanuman is in all spiritual traditions, I don't think there's any being that clearly demonstrates how we should live in the world as a devotee like Hanumanji does.
He's the ultimate role model.
He's the ultimate role model for somebody on a spiritual path. And what he's saying to do is love. love, 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 love. Serve from that love. See God in awe. And one pointed devotion. Let your life be consumed by this fire of loving devotion to the Supreme. And so in doing that, Hanuman, he knows the doorway. He knows how to open the doorway.
What do you
And
think about this? What do you think about this permission part, though? It sounds like it's like an exclusive nightclub or something. Like he's a bouncer for an exclusive nightclub, and you're just
the Ram
innocent
108
enough.
nightclub.
Yeah.
Um, I think that maybe that is I don't know the exact translation word for word in this line, but I would like to know if that's just
I think it's that word binu.
and binu means permission.
Mm. Or maybe, no, maybe it's the. Oh, you know what? I think it's the ajna, hota na agya word. Yeah, but I feel like sometimes I hear from people saying that this one feels a little like I said, like the exclusive nightclub of heaven,
Yeah,
or
I mean
something.
we've talked about this before. Like
We're-
Hanuman's the bouncer,
yeah,
right? The bouncer at the nightclub, and you got to grease him a 10 spot, and that's how you get in, right? But how do you grease Hanuman? By living like Hanuman. And then here's this whole favorability thing that we're talking about at the beginning that we spent 15 minutes,
yeah.
you
I think
know?
there's a lot of what we talked about at the beginning that speaks to this.
Yeah.
Mm.
What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I love the intermediary thing. There's a lot of things that Hanuman, um, this idea that sort of Hanuman kind of takes our hand and guides us to Ram. I've always loved that image, that and that there's the great story that Krishna Das tells, and also Radha Bam tells as well, about when Neem Karoli Baba said, "Who is Hanuman?" And everyone said, "Oh, he's he's the Lord of the Monkeys. Oh, he's the monkey god. Oh, he's Rama's servant." And he said, actually, as Radha tells us, he just said, "Shwas."
I love that.
Yeah, which
Shwash.
means breath. So that Krishnadas tells it that he said that Neem Karoli Baba said he was the breath of Ram,
Mm.
the breath of Ram, and you know the breath, of course, is one of those things. Like, I mean, we can live without water for a few days, we can live without food for a few weeks. We can't live without air for even a few minutes. We can't even without our breath. I mean, the breath is so fundamental, and that like the breath of God, But there's also some, there's a really interesting. I've talked about this in the sadhana a few times about how connections between the breath and the spirit, and also that the original Greek Bible didn't say Holy Spirit,
Mm.
it said Holy Breath,
Mm.
and that the Holy Breath was the intermediary between us and God, and that it's that connection place. It's what kind of guides us to it, and that so when we say Holy Breath, and Neem Karoli Baba says breath of Ram, on some levels it's the exact same thing. That Hanuman on some levels is the Holy Spirit, and that Holy Spirit, like we infuse ourselves, as you were just saying, like we infuse ourselves with Hanuman by living like Hanuman, and then that energy is what takes us through that doorway.
Now, what do you think about this permission thing, though?
Yeah, we were just getting at that. That's why I asked you.
Let's excavate this a bit. Like, no one enters without your permission.
Maybe the word's too strong. Do you have that? Do you have that other translation?
I just looked it up.
What did he say there?
It says permission or command.
Command.
Agya.
Agya. Yeah, that's agya. That's the word.
Permission or command. No
Hmm.
one enters without your permission.
So he says it too. I mean, pretty much that's what I've seen everywhere when I
But
look.
maybe that's just a play on words in a sense that you're not going to get through unless you love. You're
Unless,
not going to get through unless you've got bhakti.
yeah,
You're
unless
not
you
going to
live
get
like
through unless
Hanuman,
you serve.
unless you serve. Yeah, yeah, that's that I like. Okay. Yeah, you don't get to just go and
You can't
hang
think your way into it.
you don't get to go hang out with God if you're not serving or loving or maybe you can think your way to it, but you're going to be thinking of gyan. You're going to be thinking of your unity. You're going to be, I think that just as well, Krishna says in the Gita, like you can get there that way. For us, for bhaktas, for myself, I don't think I can because I don't have that kind of, I want to be in more of a relationship, you know, and love. I'm much more of a, love is what attracts me to this whole practice in the first place. Um, but, uh, but yeah, I like this idea though, that, that you have to, you have to, you have to please Hanuman. Hanuman, is pleased by devotion. He's pleased by love. He's pleased by service. He's even pleased, I think, by gyan. And he is a yogi of all of these capacities. So, um, yeah, that makes sense to me. How's it feel to you?
And if you please him enough, then he lets you in. I mean, that's this. It's just languaging. It's
Yeah,
another way of saying, I think, the pleasing of the Lord, the pleasing of God, as embodying these qualities
yeah.
is
And you know what we're doing too? I think we're personifying God a little bit too much because we say please God and we think that that means, like the way we sort of please another person. You know, it's different. We can't. I think we can't think of. It's like when people talk about Rama or Krishna and about how could Krishna be God because he's like pushing war, but we get caught up thinking that Krishna's a mere human being, or when Ram does something that we think that feels like it's like butts up against our morality, that we suddenly think, oh, how could he be God because he's behaving like a bad human? you know I think that God sees a way bigger picture than we could ever even dream of seeing. you know um and isn't so susceptible to, like, I don't know, like emotions and feelings and hurt feelings and feeling unsafe and all those kinds of things that like human beings can experience. So I don't know. So I think, yeah, you think you're right. It's just language, right? And finding the right language that's going to suit everybody.
yeah,
Maybe it's not
right.
possible.
But from a devotional language, like you want to please your beloved, you want to please your lover, and
Yeah.
so we can use these types of words, but those
Yeah.
words might not agree with other people that don't see from that real lens or that perspective, and that's okay. I think you can use words to
Yeah.
to
And I think if for example, if you are hearing something like Hanuman is pleased with us and that's pushing your buttons, it may mean that Bhakti Yoga is not your path, or it may mean that, that's like a place for you to look at
yeah.
and try to, understand. Um, and Yeah, the permission has always been even a little funky for me, even though it doesn't like it's not something that sends me running, or it doesn't even, but I've always kind of wondered like that. What is that permission?
Well, I think maybe it is Hanuman who, he's sort of the gatekeeper, right? He's like the bouncer at the door,
Yeah.
and
Well, he certainly was for Tulsidas.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
you
the
yeah,
story of Tulsidas, where that he finally has darshan of Hanuman,
right.
and he went to Hanuman and he says, and Hanuman said, "I'll give you a boon," and he said, "I want darshan of Ram," and it was through Hanuman's instructions that Tulsidas was able to have darshan of Ram. So certainly for Tulsidas, it was, um, so it may even,
And this is something really interesting. Like Hanuman is so close to us. He's so close to this world. He's like he's got part animalistic qualities of like a monkey.
hmm,
And like animals are so like of the earth, right?
yeah.
And but thinking about God is so far.
This
So
is
if we focus on what's close
yeah.
and easy for us to focus on, and something really of this world in a sense, because there's another part of him that's so beyond this world as well too.
Mm,
But it's like we just need to focus on Hanuman, and then Hanuman becomes the doorway through which we can then meet God
mm,
without even having to think about God. We just think about Hanuman and focus on Hanuman.
that's right. And we use
And
him as a role model, as we were talking earlier.
yes,
Uh,
he is the role model of how to be a bhakta.
mm. And even as much as I love what you were saying about how animals and monkeys and Hanuman, it just they feel so part of the natural world,
Yeah.
because uh, I think that is really important because Rama, for example, he's so perfect, right? Like he almost doesn't even feel real because he's said to possess all the perfect qualities, and um, just like how many of us are even close to being, perfect. And so there's this kind of this gap that we need to be filled in, and Hanuman can do that. And that's the difference between Rama and Krishna, is that Krishna, I mean, maybe we've talked about this, but I love like his name, like Bunky Bihare,
Mm,
because it basically means like mischievous and crooked,
mm,
and the Krishna's always kind of got he's always kind of cocked sideways,
yeah.
and he's always kind of winking at the girls, and he's always mischievous, and he's telling he tells lies, and I mean, he's much more human, say, than Ram is, although he's still the Lord, but he's much more accessible. So like with something like Krishna, you don't have that same need for Hanuman,
Mm,
if you're a Krishna devotee. But if you're a Ram devotee, you really need Hanuman
mm,
there to connect you. I think just
mm,
because of how, like we can really relate with Krishna.
mm,
And I can really relate with Hanuman because he's a monkey and he's got I have a monkey mind. So boom, immediately I relate to Hanuman,
mm,
you know? And Hanuman sometimes doubts himself, and 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 I can relate to that. Can
mm,
you relate to that?
mhm.
you know so anyway, maybe this is even specifically like with Ram devotion, that we need Hanuman there. And Sita too, she's so perfect,
Mm.
so perfect. There's just like she has nothing wrong with her at all. She's just like down to like, every wrinkle is perfectly placed. Her physical form, her purity, her chastity, her love of Ram, her generosity, everything is just like so pristine.
Let me ask you something. Why do you thinks it's so easy just to be in a relationship with Hanuman.
Well, I think that's for me personally is this. I've just been attracted to him ever since I discovered him. I can't even really, I mean, I loved monkeys my whole life, just born in the year of the monkey as well. And just always loved monkeys. And then when I got into kirtan and I started singing Sitaram, 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 and all of a sudden I'm like Hanuman standing in front of me, and I'm like, I was immediately attracted. I don't know. I have nothing beyond that. What about you?
The first time I ever heard Sitaram, my whole life changed. Like, I just felt so natural and right. The vibration of it, the sound of it, the syllables of it. And I just felt like this is the thing, this is the key that unlocks the door.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, just in relation to this mantra, it's Hanuman that is the key that unlocks the door to Sita Ram.
I love that.
And I didn't know that when I first heard Sita Ram, but then you're introduced to, oh, and here's Hanuman, the perfect devotee of Sita Ram. He's the servant. And then there's that great, teaching in Krishna Bhakti that we should be the servant of the servant, of the servant of the servant. And we just follow that long line of servants of God. And you're a servant, you're Ramachandra Das. So I want to be your servant because you serve the servants.
No. I want to
God.
be your servant. You're Govind Das. So what you're saying really is Hanuman opens the door. Ooh, Hanuman opens the door.
Wait.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I know that song.
Yeah.
That was. Wait, don't tell me.
The tip of your tongue.
This
the real
right
song
on.
goes, "Let my love open the door."
I
No,
Roger. Roger. I'm trying to think of something funny instead of Herb.
But do you know who it is?
Roger Waters.
No.
No?
Pete Townsend.
Pete Townsend. Oh my gosh, that's exactly who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love that song because I love to think about it from a bhakti point of view.
Yeah.
That my love opened the door.
You got to mash that one up into your kirtan, bro.
Yeah, right. It's good, right? Let my love open the door. And what we were talking about earlier is actually you could say that, oh, my love, oh, Hanuman's love or Ram's love. No, my love. We were talking about earlier, like it's us loving God that makes us receptive to receive God's love.
Yes.
It's let my love open the door. So the key really is Hanuman, but the key you really already have the key. It's love. And as we've heard from Ram Charitmanis, Ram loves only Ram. Love, excuse me. Ram loves only love. So let my love open the door
to your heart.
To your heart. Oh my God.
That's good.
Let Hanuman open the door.
This concept of doorways is fascinating. You've heard me talk about this in our sadhana, all of the doorways upon doorways, and the doorways just have in our own path, all of the doorways, like taking psychedelics was a doorway.
Yeah.
Going to my first yoga class was then another doorway.
Yeah.
Somebody giving me a Ram Dass tape was then another doorway, which led me to going to a Krishna Das kirtan was then another doorway, which then led me to somebody, a picture of Maharaji was like then another doorway, which then took me to Hanuman, which was then another doorway. And then the final doorway is that Hanuman opens to
Yeah. I thought you were going to say you've gone through the final doorway, and I was like,
No,
no.
no, I have not gone through the final door. Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. But that's the doorway.
Yeah, so many doorways upon doorways upon doorways. Yeah, that's beautiful.
The doors of perception, the doorway to love. It's just
You
like
know
it's
what's really interesting too about this line too is it is a doorway. It is a doorway into a whole nother section of the Hanuman Chalisa as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because it's halfway through, and we've spent the first half learning about Hanuman, who he is, what he's like, and then what he did, and all of his adventures, and all of those things. And now we come through this doorway, and we are like we start to learn about what actually devotion to Hanuman is going to do for us, where it's going to take us, what we can accomplish, the miracles, the blessings, the promises of this relationship, what it can do. And the first one is he's going to open the door and take you to Ram.
Mm.
And really, what more are we looking for, right? We're literally looking for the divine reunion, with God.
Mm. The grand reunion.
The grand reunion. That's right.
But see, and we never really talked about that. Because we're always united. We
Right?
just forget that
Sure.
we're united.
It's a perception thing. That's all this. It's a whole game is perception.
Yeah. So it's the reunion, the conscious reunion.
That's
where
right.
you consciously unite yourself.
Yeah. Or you consciously have the experience of that unitedness, because as you said, I mean, how could we not be united? There's no, if the Atman is residing within us and Ram is in our heart, and how could we ever, it's always closer, as they say, we're closer than our breath, even. Back to the breath again, closer to the breath, closer than the breath. And just like Neem Karoli Baba always said, like, even if you forget me, I'm not going to forget you. Even if you let go of my hand, I haven't let go of your hand. So, but then we forget, and we think we let go of the hand, and then we really haven't.
Yeah,
that's so. I love that, the divine reunion. No, the conscious reunion.
The conscious grand participating reunion.
A new single by Peaches and Herb.
Or Pete Townshend. Pete Townshend was the lead singer of the Townsend.
What'd you say, Townsend?
Townshend.
Townshend.
No. He was the singer of The Who, right?
No, he's the lead guitar player of The Who.
The lead guitar. So he went solo.
Yeah.
And
so Roger
Daltrey.
Roger Daltrey. So when you said Roger, I thought you were. That's when I was like,
I said Roger Waters, and he was.
You just said Roger, and I was like, oh, you're close. You're close.
Let's see. Roger Waters was the lead singer of
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd, right? Pete Townshend. What was it? Pete Townshend.
Townsend. Yeah, not Townsend. Hey, so is it, so this one, is it Brahma or is it Brahma?
Brahma.
The H is in front of the M, but I've been reading.
No, it's Brahma.
Yeah, Brahma. But Brahma. I was reading about it, and when the H and the M are together, even if the H is in the front, you do a little H after the M.
Oh, even if it's before.
Yeah. I was reading about it. There's a Sanskrit language word, and that's not aspirant, but it's something like that.
I think it's a long A on the M, Brahma.
Yeah, but
it's interesting because Ram Dass used to cut the A off, which means you only cut the A's off if they're short A's, and he would sometimes say Brahm.
Yeah, actually, I think it's actually because I was reading another translation of the Gita recently, and he said, so he was talking about the difference between the three words, Brahman, which is
Brahman.
definitely Brahman, and then Brahman, which is like the
Brahman. Yeah,
priest, right?
Brahman.
Or Brahmana, like the priest, and then Brahma. And he said, I think he said that the accent is on the deity is Brahma, and
Brahma.
that it's Brahman
Brahman.
is the Brahman.
Brahman.
Anyway, but it's tricky
Brahman.
territory. It's tricky territory in there. The pronunciation, the correct
Like
pronunciation.
Hara, Hare, and Hari,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean, that's a
yeah.
tough one too. I was, I
Rama,
was
Ramo.
Ramu,
Hey, and how about this one?
like Om Namo
You said
Shivaya.
you said you said that what's his name? Oh my gosh, Jatipur Shamdas.
Shamdas.
Then he made that joke about why did Krishna Das start saying Krishna?
Krishna. Well, it's not
Krishna.
just Sham Krishna Das.
No, I know.
A lot of people say Krishna.
Even in ISKCON and everything,
ISKCON say
Krishna. And
Krishna.
I looked it up,
Yeah.
and
What did you look?
even the ISKCON people say what's most important is your heart.
Krishna.
So that if it
Hare
fits better with the
Krishna, Hare
music,
Krishna.
if it fits better with the music, they're okay with you saying Krishna. Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, like three
Krishna.
syllables instead of Krishna.
Krishna. Krishna.
So yeah. Anyway, the total side.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh man.
Hey, we should probably take the hit of the day. It's getting pretty late.
Oh, hit of the day. Boom! Ramachandra Das laying down the hammer. Boom!
I can't help it. My assistant director mode comes out sometimes. I'm like, shh, it's 11:45.
I thought it was you started getting a little jittery. You needed
Oh
a
yeah,
little
well, I
something.
definitely. It's been a while, dude. I haven't taken a hit since since we saw each other a month ago or whatever.
How about have you taken any mushrooms lately or anything like that?
No. How about you?
No.
No. Who's got the time?
Who's got the weed, man?
Who's got? You know what? I like peaches and I like herb. And if you can find some herb with the name peaches in it,
Peaches are. Oh, I wonder if they have that strain.
oh, they do. They have
They
every
know,
strain. They have every strain.
Well, what is this LSD? Take a hit. I
Well,
keep
that
hearing you guys talk about taking a hit of LSD. Everybody's talking about this
you
now.
all think you're so funny. What are you pushing? Are you a pusher? Are you pushing drugs on us? No, everybody, we're not talking about drugs. We're not talking about drugs. We're talking about the OG LSD. And the OG LSD is love, service, and devotion. And this is actually, when Ram Dass went to Neem Karoli Baba, he was doing a lot of LSD when he got there. And but one of the reasons why he even went to India in the first place was that he was determined to see if there was a way to get that feeling of that he was experiencing on psychedelics. And really that feeling I think he was yearning for was like that divine grand reunion,
The
right?
grand reunion.
That a lot of people experience when they're on psychedelics, that unity, that oneness, that connection. And he wanted to know, is there a way to do this without taking LSD? And he thought, well, if anybody knows it's going to be like the rishis, it's going to be the yogis, in India. And that's when he met Neem Karoli Baba. And Neem Karoli Baba said, they're great. It'll take you to God, but then you have to leave the room eventually. And but through your practices, Baba said, through your devotion and your love and your bhakti, you can stay. And so ultimately that's the love, service, and devotion that we're talking about, the OG LSD. And we like to take a couple doses at least on every episode of the podcast. And Govindas is going to tell us what we're going to imbibe today.
It's not drugs. It's not plant medicine. It's bhakti medicine, man.
That's right. But if you say it like that, everyone's going to think they're totally full of shit. That you're really totally high out of your mind. So you got to say it more like this, man. Love, service.
Gotta be more spiritual, man.
More spiritual, bro.
Okay, bro. Hey, bro.
Bruh.
This is this new thing. The kids are, they don't say bra, they say bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh. What's this? What's bruh? Making it bruh.
Bruh. Yeah, brother.
Okay, bruh.
Brother.
Hey, bruh. Okay, this is from the leader of the ISKCON Hare Krishna movement, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And this one is, don't try to see God. Act in such a way that God will see you. Should I say it again?
Yeah.
You want to take it? Take the hit?
Yeah. Let's just take it a double dose.
Don't try to see God. Act in a way that God will see you.
Honestly, I feel like we've covered this.
We really have.
Haven't we? It's a pretty timely
Wow.
hit.
Toke. Did you toke? Slip of the tongue, Rama Chandra.
Oh, so no, what I was saying is I feel like we've covered this. In both of our conversations. I think the doorway conversation was a little bit about this, and even in our conversation at the beginning, in our intro conversation, that we talked about.
So how are you going to act in a way that God sees you?
Yeah, well, and I think the simplest answer is I'm going to act like Hanuman.
Oh,
because there was a million monkeys.
Yeah, there's a million monkeys.
No, but I mean, when Ram sent this army out to go find Sita, there was a million plus monkeys, and he called one monkey.
Ooh.
And talked to him specifically. He saw Hanuman out of all those monkeys. Hanuman was shining with his love of Ram. He loved Ram so much, and he wanted to serve Ram so much. He wanted to give his whole soul to Ram and help Ram find Sita, that Ram singled him out of all those monkeys. So that would be my quick answer. What about you?
Well, the question is, does God see you more than he sees everyone else?
Well, that's
just kidding. We've covered this.
I was going to say, yeah. I was about to say, wait, didn't you already answer that question 45 minutes ago?
We're holy and we're human on the Love Everyone podcast, baby.
Holy and human. Just trying to keep the balance. Just got to stay on the fulcrum, right? Like the same amount of humanness and holiness at the same time.
Being human, being.
But that's the trip, isn't it? Though is we never want to get so holy that we stop being human, but we never want to be so human that we lose our awareness of our divinity.
Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, I mean,
I think there's a lot of suffering when you lose your human, when you lose your holiness, right? It's just everything is so harsh in the world and painful. But if you lose your holiness, if you lose your humanness, you lose everything just becomes the same. Right? There's no differentiation. Flavors. The flavors of love are just.
Well, and you also lose your ability, I think, to connect with other humans.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that that's, to me, that's a big part of, honestly, of service. Like that's how we serve, is our service of other people. I mean, what else can you do?
Well, I think as well too, it means you serve the deity, meaning like you literally you sweep the floor of the temple, you dress the deity every day, you feed the deity. I believe in the ISKCON tradition. That's what they mean by devotional service, is literally taking care of your
Hmm.
your
Hanuman has a
form.
very nice outfit on today.
I've been trying to change his outfits every day.
Really? Where are you
Yeah.
picking all that stuff up? The local,
Oh, at the
the
shop at
local
the corner.
puja, the local puja, the dollar store or what?
The local puja store on the corner. I do some of these, these that you get in
Oh
India.
yeah, okay, right. Some
This
scarves and
One of those
things.
scarves. I got one of these,
Yeah,
that everybody's got now. One of these
yeah.
when I
Oh,
was
I
in
don't have one
India.
of those though.
You don't have one of those?
No, no, no.
We'll see if we can get you one. We'll see if we
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sorry. I'm feeling like my Hanuman here is so naked now. Now I'm feeling like
can.
not
It
doing my
feels good.
devotion.
It's like, I don't want to say treat these people like, I mean, treat these these murtis like they're people, because they are living, if we have that faith, right? And so I'm trying to practice that
Yeah,
just by changing his clothes and these types of things.
yeah.
So I'm thinking in the summertime, I'm just gonna, like, go to
Put
a
some board shorts.
seamstress.
Put some board shorts on him.
Rama Chandra Das, you are so funny.
Well, I mean, he still is Hanuman and Encinitas, two black sheep.
Encinitas on it.
Yeah.
No,
So.
but I was just gonna get a light fabric to drape across,
Oh yeah.
his
Hmm.
shoulder, and have a seamstress just show it up, and all of these things I feel like I'm doing just to please Hanuman more.
Wait a second. Do you think that? So you're saying
If I put clothes on him, he's gonna like me more.
you, and therefore I'll have more blessings in my life.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
And,
on
I
some
mean that's the,
level, this is a great
but this is
conversation.
back to your, this is it's perception, right? See, like what everything, all this stuff you're talking about, right? Dressing the deity. This is like, on some levels, it's like, you're thinking about Hanuman. And so whether, whatever it is, so it's like, for some people, it'll be like, oh, I'm going to just sing chalisas all day long. And if you sing chalisas all day long, you are thinking about Hanuman all the time. You have awareness, you have Hanuman awareness all the time. But even if you say, even if I come in here and I say, hey, I'm going to spend the next half an hour dusting and cleaning my altar and giving everybody a little bath and everything like that, like I'm there, I'm in awareness. I'm doing it because, not necessarily because I want to please them, but because I want to stay in, it helps me to stay in the place of remembrance, and I think that that's ultimately so many of the practices, whether they're coming from the ISKCON, whether it's dressing the deity, whether it's, you know, but again, even if you go and you are serving food, to sadhus on the street in India, you're going to be there in the presence of the sadhus, and each one that comes up is going to bring you more and more and more into that awareness. So anything we can do, I think, just to stay in that place.
Yeah, and I think as well too, the having different things. So it's not just bland. It's always,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash my deity. Remember when we were with Sham Sundar Das every morning, his ritual of washing the deities. It was so beautiful. I love that. And then dress the deity and then offer the incense and then offer the candle, and all of these different things. It keeps the bhakti rolling,
Yeah. And
and
that's the
flowing.
humanness, right? Isn't it? Like to keep that, your human wants that to be interesting,
Yeah.
stay
Yeah.
interested. Oh man.
Good
Great,
stuff.
great stuff today. I think we should probably wrap it up though.
Yeah, I think so as well too, brother.
Okay.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun,
So fun.
and some good deep diving into some. Everybody, as we're the first people to tell you, we're not scholars, we're not masters, we're just humbly trying to understand all of this ourselves. But one thing we know is that we love Hanuman, we love Maharaj, we love Sita, Rama, and Krishna, Divine Mother, and Lord Shiva, and we're
And you know
just
what else?
trusting it, right?
You know what else?
What?
We love you.
And I
Right?
love you.
Yeah. But I mean, we love all of our listeners.
Oh, yeah, we do. We couldn't
And
do it without them.
that's right. Yeah. So, I mean, that's really the essence of the Love Everyone podcast. That's the message. That's the name. That's the theme. And we just encourage you to keep listening, and we encourage you to do your best to have that experience of loving everyone as well.
Do you want to give a plug for what's happening in Encinitas before we
Oh,
close out?
sure. Yeah. And I think this, so let's see, coming up on February 29th and 28th and March 1st. So it's a Saturday and a Sunday. We are going to be at the Temple of Joy in Encinitas, California for a 2-day non-residential retreat. Both Govindas and I will be there, and it's called Love Service Devotion, a Hanuman Chalisa immersion. So it's just going to be a weekend of nonstop Hanuman Chalisa. We're going to talk about Hanuman Chalisas. We're going to chant the Hanuman Chalisas. We're going to meditate on the Hanuman Chalisas, and we're going to be together in satsang. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, so please come join us. Send us an email. Go to our websites. You'll see all the information. And, we've been talking about this for years, that when do we get to, we've used this platform of Zoom, which has been so wonderful. But now we're actually going to be together,
Woo!
experiencing this in the third dimension together. And that sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great time, and hopefully this will be the first of many, and we'll just keep these things rolling, and the more chalisas the better. That's what I say.
Yeah, the gift that keeps on giving.
All right, everybody, let's just finish with a simple closing prayer. We'll just chant a few times the Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu mantra. So just take a couple of cleansing breaths. Sorry. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.
May all beings, including ourselves, be happy, be well, and be free from suffering. May all of our thoughts, words, and actions in some way contribute to that happiness, that well-being, and that freedom from suffering for all, including ourselves, including ourselves, including ourselves.
Love everyone, serve everyone, feed everyone, and remember God.
Rama Chandra ki.
Hey!
Bajrang Bali Hanuman ki.
Hey!
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Hanuman ki.
Hey!
Baba Neem Karoli Santa Maharaj ki.
Jay! Love Everyone podcast, satsang ki.
Jai ho! Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you, brother. We love you all so much. We'll see you next time. Love Everyone podcast.
Jai
Share with a
Shri
friend. Invite someone to be a part of this satsang.
Yeah, we love it, and we love you, and we'll see you real soon.
Sitaram.
Sitaram.